Now the recording has started, so let's kind of go over what's happening right now, okay? This recording will be posted on the class announcement board, so if you missed something, need to go back, see something. We're going to go over human impact in general, and also careers in geography. So those are the two things we're going to kind of go over. So human impact, we're going to be talking more about culture. What's it like there? Remember how we talked about like sushi last time, all that kind of good stuff. And then also careers, like there's a bunch of careers you can do in geography if you decide to study that in college. It's kind of a cool subject. I mean, I got into quite a few geography classes. I guess that's why I teach geography. But I just like going to different places, right? Seeing different places. That's why I like going to trips. Like I talked about going to Island Park not too long ago. Going out of the country. So, fun times. Alright, some announcements real quick. Okay? Prom. UTVA prom. Is anybody going to prom? We got some prom people here. You gotta buy a dress for prom. Spend all your parents' money. Okay, no? Alright. Okay, if you are going, there's links at the very bottom here that you need to fill out to RSVP to say you're going, okay? If you want pictures, you need to do the link down there as well. Okay, so if you need those links, I could put those in the chat for you if you feel like you may want them. It is May 3rd. You don't have to bring a date, so if you're not the whole like dating things, you could go with a group of friends. You could go alone, it says. Gosh, I think I put that in my planner. Talk to wife about going to prom. She's probably going to think I'm weird. It's like, do you want to go to prom with me? Alright, it's down on my Google Ideas. I don't know if you've seen that app, but it's sweet. So, helps me stay organized. Alright, okay, let's go over human impact, okay, what we're going to be talking about. So, talk about a whole bunch of different stuff, and really it's about culture. So if you want to read through those, you can go back and read through them. I'm just going to roll with it, okay? Alright, we saw this picture before, but I think it's good to bring it again. So, remember, did I ask out there who likes sushi? I'm almost feeling sushi today. You do? Alright. No? Have you tried sushi? Let's just say that. Okay? I was gonna say, somebody said over there in West Haven, where you, kind of by where, McCoy lives over there, there's a good place. It's in Roy, though, but it's, oh, what kind of market is it? But it's actually a grocery store, but they make good sushi inside there. That's the bomb. And it's pretty cheap, too. So, I would definitely hit it up. Somebody said sushi is the best. No, it's actually not Ocean Market. It's actually, no. Is it Weininger's that's over there? I don't know. You'll have to go in Weininger. I think it's Weininger's over there. So, yeah, I would definitely hit it up. But I have been to the Ocean Market. You can buy, like, the sushi there. I've tried to make my own. It's not very good. Cheap sushi, yum. Yeah, like, it's pretty good. Like, this Chinese dude makes it. He's a really cool guy, too. And he, like, has Chinese, like, characters on his phone. It's pretty cool. Anyways. Alright. So, sorry, I need to talk a little bit more about that. So, we're going to talk about religion, right? When we're going into these different areas, I'm going to say, alright, what type of religion is there? What is the biggest one, okay? So, you have, does anybody know what this star is? What that star is? It's a religious symbol. Does anybody know what that means? Okay, yeah. So it's for Judaism, right? They call it the Star of David. If you kind of look at it, you draw it. There's like a triangle right there, and a triangle at the bottom. Anyways, everybody probably knows this symbol right here, the cross. What's that for? Anybody know? The cross signifies for what religion? Yeah, so like Jesus Christ, right? So Christianity. So good. What about this one over here, the star and the moon? Any thoughts? Islam. Yep, very good. That's Islam. And then anyone the bottom here? The yin and the yang. That's what they call, yeah, Buddhism. Okay. So very good. So those are like the big religions. We're going to talk a little more about religion in a little bit. So different places, they have different housing. So we'll be talking about what it's kind of like there that wise. And then also how we interact with our environment. Okay. So different things that we do, like we dam off rivers in order to have enough water to survive in certain climates. Like Utah, we have a whole bunch of dams up in the mountains, okay? So we can have water to drink and water our lawns and all that kind of stuff. Okay, let me open up your pooling tool real quick. I gotta get it on the right one. I always mess up here. I always forget we're doing this. Alright, okay. So A, B, C, or D, okay? What religion was most influential in forming the United States of America? Was it A, Islam, B, Mormonism, C, Judaism, or D, Christianity? Okay. What religion was most influential in forming the United States of America? Oh, you guys are quick out there. Thanks for responding so quickly. All right, yeah, so you guys are all right. So Christianity was the religion that that most people, so they were coming actually from Europe, Western Europe. Most of them, they came over to the Americas, and that's why they had like this expansion over. So if you look at this chart, and you may have to kind of zoom in, sorry about that, but so as you can see on the map, the blue is Christianity, and the blue fills basically all of North and South America, most of South Africa, and most of Europe. And then you also have Australia as well that's covered. So Christianity is actually, it's the biggest religion in the world, okay? The next one's Islam. Islam's the second most. And you can see it's like Northern Africa, the Middle East, and up into Asia, okay? So that's where Islam. And then you have some different Eastern Europe, or Eastern religions is what they call them. So you have Hinduism, Buddhism. You have Judaism, okay? So Judaism is actually with the Jews, which we talked about, the Star of David. There's not very much of them on there. They have a little bit right there in Israel, or the Jerusalem area. And then you have a whole bunch of different little ones like you can see out there. But as you can see, Christianity fills up most of the world. Most of them are at least proclaimers of having a faith of Christianity, and second most is Islam. Okay, we will be going over political systems when we look at each country as well, okay? So just some terms that you want to get familiar with. Democracy, okay? So a democracy is a system ran by the people for the people. So that's basically kind of what the United States is. The United States is actually a democratic republic, which is a phrase coined by Jefferson, but it's the same thing, that the people have an opportunity to be able to have a say in what's going on, okay? A dictatorship, where they basically don't get a say. You have one leader, and he basically runs the entire government. There's no checks and balances, nothing like that. And the last one that we don't see very often is ruled by a king or queen, and then they have like a level system, okay, where you have the king and queen and royalty, and then you have like the knights, or the people that kind of protect or serve the royalty, and then you have the peasants down there that just do the dirty work. We have different economic systems, okay, that we'll go over. One is a market economy. That's what the United States is. We can do stocks. I love looking on the stock market. I buy and trade stocks, which is actually pretty risky, but I love doing it. I think it's fun. So you have that, where companies compete against one another to have a good product. The next one's a command economy. That's where like communism or socialism comes into play, where the government basically owns all the company and they basically tell you what to do, what job. We'll be going into that more. And then you also have a traditional economy. So this would be somewhere in like a very rural area where you don't have government. And basically I would say, hey, I have this fish and you have this meat. Let's trade, right? Here, take some of my fish. You give me some of the meat. Be all good, okay? so we can survive. So it's like a trade and barter kind of thing. Okay, also human impact. We also have natural resources that we all have. Okay, so some like actually sunlight's a natural resource. So if you actually live in Alaska or some areas like that, has anybody been to Alaska before? I've been to Alaska. It's pretty fun. In the summer, it's a blast because the sun never sets. I don't know if you've seen that before, but like it'll look like the sun will go down and then it comes up again. But there's darkness all like in the dark days of the year. It's like completely dark the whole day. So other natural resources like wood. We have a lot of wood around here. In some countries, they don't have a lot of wood, so they build their homes out of different areas. Okay, water is a resource. Also, things you get in mines. Alaska never gets completely dark. Yeah, it's not completely dark, but it's pretty close. Like you'll come down there and it'll just be like it's a little bit of sunlight, and then it basically goes down again. But yeah, you're true. That is true. It's not completely dark. Okay, let's do another poll question real quick. Okay, which country consumes the most petroleum? Okay, so can anybody tell me what the word petroleum means? What does the word petroleum mean? Pollution? Good guess. It actually means gasoline. Okay. Yep. So it means gasoline. So gas. So would it be the United States, Russia, United Kingdom, or China? Okay. So did somebody pull that off of the internet? A liquid mixture of hydrocarbons that is present in certain rock structures and extracted and refined to fuels for like gasoline, kerosene, diesel, oil. Oh yeah, you put via Google. Good job. Okay, so what would it be? What do you guys think? Is it going to be A, the United States consumes the most gasoline, basically? Russia, United Kingdom, or China? What are your thoughts? What would it be? Okay, I only got 3 people that answered. Or somebody said A and D. Alright, so you're probably thinking China because they have the most people. But actually, per capita, the United States has the most vehicles. So it would actually be the United States, okay? So the United States has the most traffic vehicles that way in there. There's just so many cars in the United States, and so we consume the most out of there. And we like to drive big trucks, right? But everything is made in China. Yeah, so everything might be made in China, but still we consume it, right? We're the ones that use it, like cars and stuff like that. So one of the big pushes recently as we come out. Does anybody know what type of car this is? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Blackboard isn't the funnest. Sorry to get that. Yeah, it's a Tesla, okay? So can anybody tell me what a Tesla is? What does that car do exactly? Okay, it's a car, so it gets you from A to B. That's good. What's specific about a Tesla? Is it just cool? Yeah, I think I'd want a Tesla too. I think they're pretty cool. A brand of expensive electric cars. Okay, good. So it's battery powered. It's electric, right? And so that's something they're pushing is try to get off petroleum to get away from that so we don't consume as much, okay? One of the things that does, especially in Utah, it has like the inversion, and it does like that. No, it's actually it's a Tesla. But yeah, Toyota, a lot of automakers are coming out with electric vehicles. Okay, let's roll through this real quick, and then we'll finish up. So we're going to be talking about geography as a career, okay? So some things that we could do in geography as a career, you could be like a urban or regional planner. And basically what that means is like you design where bridges go, how buildings can be built. One thing is like the city of New Orleans, you know, they got hit by Katrina. They built that city below sea level, okay? So you probably, if you're an urban or regional planner, you don't want to build your city below sea level, okay? So things like that, right? You look at geography, you look at where things are at, and find the best places to build and why to build there. There's some places where I live, they won't let them have basements because of that. Oh, that was hit by Harvey when you lived in Texas? Yeah. Yeah, Katrina was the big one that broke the barrier there and flooded it real bad, but it's been hit a couple times. But yeah, those hurricanes are crazy. Did you live through a hurricane? Those are just nasty. Oh man, that'd be a little insane. I haven't had to go through like a natural disaster like that, and I hope I don't never have to. Okay, you could be a transportation planner of how to like things should transport, go over certain regions, that kind of stuff. Do you go through the mountain or over the mountain or around the mountain? Okay. You lived in like 2 hurricanes. Wow, it's crazy. I'll have to have tell some stories sometime. The next one would be like a cartographer. A cartographer is somebody that goes out and draws maps and like kind of where things are and stuff like that. Okay, you can also do a population prediction. Okay, so one of the big things is geographers are looking at how many people are going to be like on the earth, and if certain resources that we have, those natural resources, if we're going to use all of them or not, right? And so how are we going to deal with it? How are we going to integrate technology so we don't worry about that? So if you look at this chart right here, we're going to be about 9.5 billion is what it says at 2050. That's a lot of people in the world, okay? So that's their prediction kind of moving forward. So in 1960, we were only at 3 billion. At 2040, they predict 9 billion people, okay? That's a lot of people that need to live, they need to eat, they need water, all that kind of stuff. They need to drive to get where they are. So how are we going to be able to support all of that? You know, and that's what geographers worry about. Yeah, I hope that doesn't take place, right? Okay, so here's some other one. You have economic geography, looking at those different systems and how they so different economic systems, right? How it works with different people. There's environmental geography, looking at the environment. Geography education, so you can be a geography teacher. You can be like me if you want to. I don't know if you're going to do, but hey. Geographic technology, so developing that technology to better help us throughout the world. Human and culture, so looking at different places and seeing their culture and how to evaluate it, how we can integrate with that. Physical geography, so looking at mountains. A lot of people that go into geography go into like the Forest Service, that kind of thing, which is kind of a cool career. Regional geography, so looking at a different region, how you can help there. And then urban and regional planning, so which we kind of talked about before. So that leads us to the very end of class here. So thank you for staying with me real quick. I did want to jump real quick before I have the X ticket. I'm going to screen share real quick. All right, can you guys see my screen? Give me a green check mark if you can see my screen. Any green check marks? See my screen? No? Okay, some people can see it. Sweet. Anybody else? Yes, you can't? Okay. You may have to hit the recording if you can't see it. I'll hit it. I'll just be real quick. So you can see the announcements I post right to the front page. Okay? So I have our lesson 1 here. I have our flipped class that's there. That's every Friday. And then I'm going to post this recording here and then our flipped class. So if you go to content real quick, And you should have done already lesson 1 quiz. So you should have watched this video right here. Or if you're in class, you don't have to watch the video and go through these modules and take the quiz. This week, you'll want to do lesson 2, watch all these, take the quiz, and lesson 3. So you want to be done with lesson 3 by the end of the week. And that's what this calendar says here, okay? So basically, if you want to follow pace, try to get done with lesson 2 quiz today, lesson 3 quiz on Friday, and then next week we lesson 4, lesson 5, and so on. Okay, so pretty easy there. Now let's go to our exit ticket. If you have access to a phone, I know some people don't, you want to include in the message a full name and which branch of geography interests you the most. So I'll open up the slides, and you can either text me on my school phone number, or you can send me an email if you really don't have access to a phone. So my email is zhancock@utahvirtual.org. Okay? All right, any questions? I'll stick around for those, but I'm going to stop the recording right now, but I'll answer any questions and stay around for a little bit.
Recording.